Seekonk Speedway, the action track at East.
Chevy number 4 with a run of 194.212 miles. Bobby Labonte qualified second, Jeff Gordon was third, Ken Schrader was fourth, and Dale Earnhardt rounded out the top 5. Other notables, Mark Martin starts 11th, Dale Jarrett 13th, Jeff Moran starts 19th, Rusty Wallace starts way back in 26th, 29th is Ricky Craven. Terry Labonte starts way back in 38th, taking provisionals for Kyle Petty, Gordon Byrne, and Bill Elliott.
And you know that car number 11, Mark Martin, is starting in position number 11, Mark Martin. He's going to be watched very closely by our own Freedom.
He's got the green in his hand. He waves the green. We're underway. Mike Buller, Dave Blanchard, go around the corner. Side by side into turn number 1. Out of turn 2, it's still a two-way battle for the lead. Blanchard on the outside. Jeff Thompson in the 46 drops back just a little. Rigo into third. Tony Dias Jr. in the fourth. Texberry Jr. moves up into fifth. Jeff Thompson looks like he's having a little bit of problems at the beginning of this race. Falling back just a little bit on the outside. Chad Chase now on the inside of him for 6 mile. Wayne Deere moves up into 7th. George Rigo now on the inside of the 74. That second spot.
94, right around 7th.
Jr. stuck on the high side. He makes it by. Tony Dias on the inside of the 74. Trying to get that 6. Jeff Thompson looks like he's having a big handling problem on that car. As he gets sideways out of turn 4, he drops deep into the pack. Texberry Jr. up to 4th, looking for his 3rd win of the year. It's actually only 2-time piece of winner this year. Mike Buller opening up a comfortable lead on George Rigo with the 64. Rick Martin now trying his way to the outside, trying to get by Ray Lee. Steve Channing still there in the field, trying to get through some of the traffic as he had to start scratch on tonight's field. Texberry Jr. now looking to the inside of Tony Dias as he looks to the outside of George Rigo. Rick Martin now sets his sights on Freddie Estelle Jr.
Absolutely no competition at all. There's the race right now. That's 64 cars.
Rick Martin moving up nicely on the outside. We got a caution on the field. Jeff Thompson sideways into turn 3 and 4 in front of the leaders. Everybody making it by. A little bit of debris high in the corner.
And it scares you when you see them run over that debris, Kevin, because those tires, of course,
He's got the green flag in hand. We're underway. Mike Buller with a good jump off the start. Moves out front. George Rigo back to 3rd. Tony Dias Jr. and Chad Chase on the inside try to get a run. That inside lane did get the jump. Tony Dias faltering just a bit. I'm sorry, George Rigo faltering just a bit. Blanchard in mine in turn number 3. Mine rides over Blanchard. He goes away. Blanchard's got some body damage. But I think that's all the damage to that car. I don't know. Al Rodriguez is waving the yellow flag out as we're back under caution. Tough break for these two gentlemen as they were running well in the top 10. Rick Martin and Dave Blanchard both taking their cars pit side to look over if any damage. See if we can get this one finished. Mike Waller and Tony Dias bringing it down. Mike Waller with a good jump on the start. Tony Dias tries to hang on the outside. Tony's got 1 win this year so far. Chad Chase having a fine run up in 3rd. Chad Chase now sticks his nose on Tony Dias. A little bit of contact out of the corner. Looks like Chad Chase has got a slight pushing condition in that car. What that means is the front end just wants to slide forward without turning, coming out of the corner. Bobby Tripp as he's working his way up to the front very nicely after starting back in 13th. He's currently running 4th. Chad Chase takes over the second spot underneath Tony Dias. Bobby Tripp trying to follow suit as he tries to go under the number 9 car. Going high, coming out of the corner, George Rigo, a little bit, almost contact. Wayne Dion and Tex Barry get together. Also, the 55 and 94 get together. Looks like the 94's got a little bit of suspension problem on that car. The 55 of Mark Labonte sideways out of turn number 2. Rick Martin taking his car to the pits once again.
The 55.
Still running up front. Chad Chase tries to get a jump on the start. Al Rodriguez doesn't like that one. And we're going to try this again next time around. Mike Bolo, who is Tony Dias Jr. Al Rodriguez looks him over, likes this one. We're back underway. Mike Bolo, now with the jump he's been getting, but good enough as Chad Chase drops just a bit. Bobby Tripp sideways coming out of turn number 2. Trippy now underneath, trying to get that second position, make his way back to the front. As he's clearly got second space. Freddie Estelle Jr. underneath Chad Chase now, trying to make his way to the front. Chad Chase just a bit sideways, coming out of the corner. Al Rodriguez waves some cross flags. We're halfway through this first feature event. Freddie Estelle Jr. moves up to 3rd spot. Sideways through 3 and 4, he's around. Everybody looks like they make it by. Tough break for Freddie Estelle Jr. as he was running 3rd at the time of that spin. Okay, once again we're underway. Bobby Tripp with a good jump on the outside, trying to make it 2 in a row. Chad Chase running 3rd. Tony Dias 4th on the outside. 5th, George Rigo. On the outside of him, Ray Lee, who had a fine run last week, who had a call on an early night after leading most of the event. Bobby Tripp on the outside, still giving Mike Bowler a good run. Looks like he's got a good jump off of turn number 4. And it looks like we've got a lead change for the first time this evening. Mike Bowler giving it everything he's got on the inside.
This is one of the 2 stock features that
Chad Chase running 3rd, Tony Dias Jr. running 4th, George Rigo rounds out the top 5. Tex Barry Jr. and Ray Lee 7th and 8th, Wayne Dion and Lenny Ellis round out your top 10. Mike Bowler hasn't given up yet. He's still on the inside, driving the race of his life, trying to win his first of the 1995 season. Chad Chase a little sideways into turn number 3. Contact mid-pack between Ray Lee and Tex Barry Jr. Everybody on the binders. Jimmy Kuhn with a good jump moving up into that 7th spot. Still side by side out front. This is going to be one of the best battles this year we've had for the lead.
10.
Al Rodriguez, 10 laps to go. Can Mike Bowler in that Seekonk Custom Auto number 10 hold off Bobby Tripp on the outside? Bowler a little sideways, little bit of contact down the back straightaway. Have both cars getting away. Bobby Tripp out front. Bobby Tripp trying to open up a bit of a lead. Mike Bowler trying to hold on with everything he has. Looks like he may take the point lead over. Tony Dias Jr. trying everything he can to get by Chad Chase for that third spot. Now Rodriguez lets him know we got 5 laps to go. Bobby Tripp, Mike Bowler, Chad Chase, Tony Dias Jr., George Rigo rounding out your top 5. Ray Lee with a strong run in 6th. Jimmy Kuhn 7th. Tex Berry Jr. 8th. 23 is Steve Cheney, 9th. Wayne Dean round out your top 10. Third place car coming down for 2 to go. Now Rodriguez lets him know. Bobby Tripp looking for his 2nd win of the row and trying to become only the 2nd winner so far this year to win his 2nd feature.
Water fluid. Man, spinning it around.
White flag is out. 1 lap to go.
Coming out the front.
Tex Berry sideways all around the track. A lot of tire smoke off that right rear. Al Rodriguez waves the checkered flag. Bobby Tripp with his 2nd race in a row. 2nd, the 10 of Mike Bowler. 3rd, Chad Chase. 4th was the 22 of Tony Dias Jr. Rounding out the top 5 was George Rigo, and then number 64. Good race. His 2nd win of the 95 season and 2nd win in a row after last week's LeCavalier and Sowersby 100 win. Congratulations, Bobby Tripp.
Tex Berry had his hands full of something let go up in front. There was oil coming out of the front, oil or water coming out of the front and getting all over his back tire. And he was really driving quite a race at the end, trying to stay in with it.
Very aggressive drive.
But Jake Jaguar has another one to add to his collection as the 88 comes home the victor tonight. And we have 2 cars that were very, very strong performers tonight so far, showing up here in the Pro Stock division.
That's a good race for Bobby Tripp. Also puts him into the point lead for the 95 point chase. Rick Martin, tough break for him. It drops him back to 2nd as the 2 leaders didn't have enough cushion to foresee. Wayne Dion, if he had a good run, he wouldn't have been able to catch them either way. But this does put Bobby Tripp out into the front of the point standings for the 95 season.
The entire points race is going to change quite a bit tonight because of the fact that we have 2 feature events going on the same night. From Warwick, Rhode Island with Bob Betancourt Jr. from Tiverton and car number 21 alongside of him, the Williston Auto Electric Automobile. Mike Camara from Southeastern in the 86 car. That George Schumann comes with. It had been many years since he was here, and be here, plus a full night of stock car automobile racing as well. Tomorrow night, right here at Seekonk Speedway, the green flag is up. Hold on to that automobile. As the 62 Russ Tate. Oh, yo, we got a mess going on there. The 6 is backwards. That's Steve Blaze. He's backwards. The 7 is backwards. Tony Ozuski is backwards, and the green flag is dropped. The yellow is out. The yellow is out, as Robbie Doobie had it all himself, by the way, but we got bits and pieces there over on the back stretch. We'll need the service truck, please. Debris right there on the turn, guys. The official bromologist, the likes of which you have never in your life seen. Don't miss out on this one. We got the green flag, and once again, Gary Wainwright trying to hold on to that lead, but Robbie Doobie, he's strong on the outside, but he can't close the door. Robbie would like to take that 44 round, he'd like to close the door and get in there. Robbie says, okay, I'm far enough ahead now. It's about just keep everyone behind me. I don't care if I don't get into that inside road. Robbie's in there. Here comes the 26 of Pete Fernandez. He's running very, very strong, and so is Betancourt. Betancourt around there. Get out of it, Bob, as he has to back off a bit and get the car going straight ahead again. He has moved up in the 3rd spot. Bob Betancourt in the 21 automobile. The 00 of Gene Weston. He has got it flying tonight. He's got it flying, but Doobie has got the distinct advantage of being in front with nobody behind him around him. And he can keep his pedal to the metal and use up all the racetrack all the way around. Here's Robbie Doobie. With the 26 of Pete Fernandez running in 2nd spot. Betancourt sliding it around like he's on dirt. Williston Electric 26 automobile. He thinks he's on dirt. He's sliding. With the 00 of Gene Weston holding down that next spot. The 08 Russ Bryant started way in the back, and he's worked his way up to 5th. Rusty's worked his way right up there to 5th. 3 deep going into the turn now is the 116 of Jimmy Sylvia. And Jimmy goes into a long double zero. Back on again, and his tire is gone. The wheel coming up. Watch the tire in the infield. Just the tire came off. The wheel didn't. He's going to be able to make it to the pits. We don't know if he doesn't lose it, but he's very careful. We can keep going. Robbie Doobie still has the lead. Bettencourt still having trouble getting that car to go in a straight line. And Junior's Auto Supply, number 21. With 2 laps to go. Robbie Doobie has the lead. Robbie Doobie has the lead. The 26, Peter Hernandez, is second. Bettencourt is third. Gene Weston in the 00 is fourth. And the 08 of Rusty Bryant is fifth. Rusty Bryant keeping right on the back bumper of Gene Weston. They're not quite sure about Bettencourt, whether they can get by him, as he is using a lot of the racetrack when he slides out there sideways. Doobie still has the lead. Oh, Weston had to back out of it again as Bettencourt got into a bad slide that time. Let's see what's happening there. Coming out of the turn for the finish. For the finish, it's Robbie Doobie! Robbie Doobie, ladies and gentlemen. Robbie. Well, glad to see Pete Silva. Haven't seen you for quite a while, Peter.
Thanks, Jim. Yeah, I wanted to take a minute, well, for myself and the staff and management, and of course I speak for all the race fans, to welcome you back after your little medical leave. Everything is it's still connected in the right spot, I see, so that's a good sign. And once again, ladies and gentlemen, we want to welcome you here to Seekonk Speedway, and a beautiful night of racing indeed. All of this racing coverage is being filmed, by the way, by CVI Sports. So you may want to call your cable company just in case you don't get it to see the racing during the week. You can double check your results against the official results and maybe get to see things you may have missed, because the action is very fast and very...
Number 88. With the green flag out, and Nancy Sherman bringing him around. Nancy and Kevin Folan trying to get around the outside of the 70, but Lee Palmer trying to go. Ooh, the 70 gets hold on the 110. Nancy's backwards too. Everybody in the front of the field. It looks like 95 at rush hour, and by golly, I think everybody can keep going. Nancy's got a much narrower car right now. Came right into the crash piles on that one. It's a much narrower car. Out of that mess, Al Clements, Sonny Clements comes out of it in the lead with the 30 car Robert Demers running in second spot. The 4 and the 49 are going at it. The 4 of Robbie Kohler and the 49 of Dave Westgate going at it back and forth. Here's the 25 coming up strong again. Dave Furtado trying to get back up into the action. Look out for that 41 of Pete Rhoda. Pete Rhoda says, I want some of this. Challenging for the lead. Robert Demers is going after the 72. Robert Demers is going after Sonny Clements. Once I've said it, I don't remember. If you have the unofficial, that's fine. Don't put a lot of work for it. All you do is get in trouble. With the 49 automobile, black flag on the 49. Black flag on the 49 car, that's Dave Westgate. I don't know what the situation is there, but I'll find out. As the 72 and the 30 going at it, Robert Demers and the 72 of Al Clements. Sonny Clements trying to hold on, and Demers on the inside. Bobby Demers getting by. Bobby takes over the lead in the 30. Bobby taking over the lead in the 30 with 2 laps to go. 2 laps to go. Here's the 72 of Al Clements, holding down that second spot. The 4. Rob Kohler. And the 41 Pete Rhoda. Pete Rhoda says, I want to get in on a little of this too. Hold on the 70 into the side of the 25. 70 Tony in the 25 going at it. The 25 in the circle. 25 keeps into the infield. Can he get going again? He gets out there. That's Dave Portano. He and the 70 got together. Lee Clement. It's all over. Robert Davis wins it. Al Clements finishing second spot. Devers wins it, and Al Clements finishes in second. They cook the whole thing, and then they hang it, and they have two of them hanging up, and you come up with your plate, and they slice off what you get, you know, what you want, what part of it. This is all what they're planning on for Ron Manfredo at the Elks Lodge in Warwick. If you ever want to have some, that's the place to have it. It's a great, great spot, and a great, great afternoon of fun and prizes and everything else. It's $20 a person. It'll be coming up the 20th of August. Tickets are available. I gotta find out who's got them here at the track. I know if you want to go over to the Speedway distributors, Wally may know for sure who's got them. See Pete Silver over there with Wally. Pete, ask Wally if he's got any tickets or who has them, will you? Thank you.
I'm always out of breath.
Great head going. Great head going. As Don Nettlinger Jr. gets around there. Should be a little excited with you. I'm not talking
Dana Rowe is down there doing the interview.
Oh, yeah.
So I walked around the pits for a couple of seconds to see what happened in the first feature.
Up and high around the outside, taking over the lead again is Sean Sylvia. Sean had fallen back a bit, and he had to do some heavy breathing to get around and up and around and take over that lead. Car number 33, Sean Sylvia in the lead. Jason Sinersha running second and really pouring it on, trying to keep with him. And that's Cisco's 06. Jason is chasing Jason. Look at the 3 deep going through the turns. 3 deep through the turns is Scott Seredinsky. And Scott is not backing off. Scott Seredinsky not backing off a minute as the Rainbow Special on the outside, coming up through. Ooh, they got behind Dettlinger. Dettlinger takes that outside row, and that slows Scott Seredinsky down. He has to get back into the line, and they push Dettlinger out to the outside. Your leader is still the 33 of Sean Sylvia. Sean Sylvia and Jason at the halfway mark. Ronald LaRoe is holding down that third spot. Chris McGee sitting in fourth with the 53 of Scott Seredinsky, notching out a spot for himself. The 80 and the 45 get together. Scott LaBelle. Now the 71 up in front of Waterman. Wyndham's Jimmy Waterman getting a little bit of a ride that time. He is all over the racetrack.
Huh?
The 80 is all over the racetrack. It's two more to go. Is chasing Jason trying to catch that 33. Jason Sinesh in the 06. He wants that 33, Sean Sylvia. He's going to get going to get there. The 65 of Ronald LaRoe still sitting there in that third spot. 24, Chris McGee. Fourth, and the 53 is Scott Seredinsky. Here they come around. This is it for the finish. The 33 of Sean Sylvia looks like he's got it all to himself. Can he do it? Sean Sylvia do it. From East Holland, the dog racing Goliath Oil. Yellow and blue, 33 of Sean Sylvia with Jason Sinersha from Pittsburgh. Okay, now we're looking for the Sportsman Division.
The Sportsman Division, yes we are, and they are the feature division here tonight. The wins extend. Speedway Distributors, night here, 50 lapper for these guys tonight, as they'll be racing. We have 32 of them signed into the pits, which should make for some good racing. 3 heats, 6 cars to qualify out of each heat. The rest will go into a consolation event. On the pole, in the first of 3, out of Swansea, Massachusetts in the RS equipment, Best Fruit Produce. 6 cars to qualify. Al Rodriguez waves the green flag. Linwood Cowan with the jumper on the way. Mike Becker just a bit on the outside as he tries to gather it back up. Kenny Bamford drops down for third. Glenn Lawton and Dean Petty Jr. round out your top 5. Mike Becker high going out, coming out of turn number 4. Dean Petty gets underneath in turn 2. Kenny Bamford looks like Becker's got a problem on that number 17 car.
Debris.
As we got debris flying down the backstretch. Looks like somebody might have collected it under that car. Kenny Bamford now running second. Dean Petty Jr. sideways. Ken Kohler Jr. collecting them in turn number 1 and 2. Tough break as Dean Petty and Ken Kohler were running well on the outside towards the front. And we're going to get our first caution of the event. Tough break. These cars can weigh up to, I believe, 54.5% left side weight, which does lean the driver's side over just a bit when they do this. Unfortunate when that does have to happen, though, as you can see the damage to the left rear of that car.
Yeah, it looks like the wheel is tucked right hard up into the bar that goes in front of the suspension, so I think that's not going to move. And the front is down too. Didn't look like it could hit that hard. It may just be that everything is just pushed in together. Maybe.
Rodriguez looking him over. Kenny Bamford with a big jump.
No.
Al Rodriguez says not this time. As the leader. Al Rodriguez likes that one as Linwood Cowan gets a good jump on the start. Ray Alexander drops in right behind him, trying to get underneath Kenny Bamford, but Bamford on the outside comes back strong out of turn number 2 to the outside into the lead. Glenn Lawton trying to follow suit. Linwood Cowan back to second, trying to hold on. Glenn Lawton on the outside takes that spot away from him. The 4 of Ray Alexander now tries the outside. Bobby Pellin Jr. currently runs 5th. One now on the inside, the 15. Trying to take over that top spot. Alexander on the outside of Linwood for that 3rd spot. Bobby Pellin Jr. trying to follow suit. Stephen Taylor runs 6. Kohler up to 7. 53, a little sideways coming out of turn number 4. Pellin now moves his way up to 4th. Sets his sights on the leaders. Coming through the pack now for the take cross for halfway. Tom Scully on the outside. Ronald J. Rismini, number 7. Good article in tonight's program about Tom Scully, getting to know a little bit about the personal side of this driver.
Stretch out, keep that 15 car in line behind him is Kenny Bamford. Kenny Bamford sitting in that 2nd spot. We got the 4 car. Ray Alexander and the Bow Brothers number 4. He wants to get by, but at the same time they're saving, don't forget. They're saving. They've got a 50-lap feature to go. We have 2 laps left, 2 laps left. The job right now is to qualify. To qualify your car for that 50-lap feature event. Coming by with the white flag coming out, the 70 automobile. Glenn Lawton, the 15, the 4, and the 12 all sitting there qualified.
Coming out for the checkered flag, Glenn Lawton takes a heat win. 2nd, Kenny Bamford. Ray Alexander was 3rd. Bobby Pellin 4th. Rolling out the top 5 was Linwood Cowan in a tight battle. I believe Scully got that 6th spot, but I'm going to wait for the official word, as I did not catch a clear view of that, so I could be wrong. Glenn Lawton, I do know, did take the win. 2nd, Kenny Bamford in a fine run on that number 15. 3rd was the 4, the Hollister auto body number 4 of Ray Alexander.
Ready to go at the 2nd heat now with Richie McRae from Swansea on the pole in that American pavement car number 13. Ken Coleman from Attleboro will be there in the 6 car. Where's Ken? Here he comes, the red, white, and blue 6. Looks like Coast Guard colors on it. And will continue to control these cars if he possibly can. Woo, the 13 gets off to a good start. The 6 of Ken Coleman does not get off as well. And a little bit of contact. It could cost him a tire. I'm not sure how hard he hit him. As Richie McRae now has the lead. Ken Coleman holding on to that 2nd spot. The 8 car of Ed Gann sitting in 3rd. Corey Boudreau trying to get by. He and Doug Moreau in the 19. Doug Moreau in the 19, Boudreau in the 21. Look out, we got deep traffic in the rear. As that 18 car of Steve Ribby gets in underneath Boudreau and a little bit of smoke flies. The 29, Richard Wisher, he's trying to hold on to 4th spot. As up along the outside comes Doug Moreau with Corey Boudreau right behind him. There's the race. The 19 passes the 29 right now. The 19 trying to get by the 29 with the 2 car of Dave Titus in there just to create a little bit of a problem. Boudreau has to get back down on the inside row. The speed has picked up. The 2 now gets underneath. The 2 gets underneath, and this is not what Moreau wanted. Moreau got caught in the outside, and he goes to the back. Corey Boudreau sees the chance, gets underneath. The 29, a little sideways, and he gets help from the 18. 29 gets help from Steve Ribby. As Corey Boudreau is up alongside the 2 of Titus, and Corey Boudreau is flying at this halfway mark of this heat. Corey Boudreau really putting the pedal to the metal at this point in time as he and Dave Titus are battling it out for 4th. Hold on to that 6 car as he gets in too far in. The 6 car in trouble, trying to cool that tire off. 6 car in a lot of trouble all the way around as the 19 loses up front. The 19 loses up front and goes to the pits. Doug Moreau, left front going down. Now the 6 gets challenged by the 8. Boudreau gets by the 2 of Titus. Boudreau getting by Titus, no problem. As the 8 car of Ed Gannon up to the outside of that 6 of Ken Coleman. The 8 car of Gannon gets by the 6. Boudreau stays wide. Boudreau stays wide as Titus stays with him. Steve Ribby now moves in behind the 2 with 2 to go. 2 to go. 2 to go, and Boudreau is in a qualifying spot. He may elect to stay there and not to choke. Boudreau gets that thing out crossways. Boudreau really got crossways in the backstretch. This should convince him to slow down a bit and just hold on to that qualifying spot. Boudreau now moves in alongside the 6 with a quarter of a lap to go. Here's your finish. And Richard McRae as the 2 spins around. As the 2 and the 18 get together. And we'll see what happens on that one. But anyway, Richard McRae wins it. Richard McRae happened to Corey Boudreau on the backstretch that time. And he got into all kinds of trouble.
Tough break for the 18 cars. He was put to the back of the pack for rough riding. They did send him to the back of the pack for rough riding, as you did. Al Rodriguez looking them over. Green flag is out. We're on the way. Jeff Goodrow with a decent jump on the outside. Ronald Reed trying to take over that first position. Paul Vanessa and Robert Wright on the 2nd row. Side out front, Jeff Goodrow and Ronald Reed. Paul Vanessa trying to get to the front. Nothing he can do at this point. Billy Manchester sits in that 4th spot. Goodrow with a good jump over turn 4. Takes a position. Ronald Reed dropped back just a bit as this guy's loose off the corner. Contact with Paul Vanessa. Back in the field, Glenn Young and Scott Estrella also getting a little sideways. Everybody coming away unscathed. Separate with Scott Estrella as he was forced to the back of the pack trying to make his way back up. Ronald Reed, that car very loose coming off the corners trying to make his way back to the front. Dana Willis on the outside, working his way up, along with Glenn Young. Both cars get sideways in 1 and 2. Goodrow still out front, Vanessa second. Billy Manchester running third. Rodriguez tells him halfway down, 6 laps down, 6 laps to go. It's a two-way battle for that last qualifying position. Dana Willis and Glenn Young. Willis on the outside of Reed looks like he's got that 6th spot. Young, Perry, Goodrow, and 45 of Scott Estrella, 4 cars that are not in a qualifying spot. Trying to get a run on the outside of Ronald Reed. Contact between Joe Perry and Reed. The 89 of Ronald Reed going around. He's got a turn 2. Looks like that car can't get going again. This caution flag does come out.
Okay, well, we got this break. Let's give you a finish of the second one.
The green flag is out. We're underway. Goodrow with a good jump, but that's not giving up on the outside. Right now your bubble car is the 99 of Glenn Young. Joe Perry giving him a good run on the inside for that 6th and final qualifying spot. Billy Manchester on the inside of Paul Vanessa for that 2nd spot. We got 2 laps to go. Joe Perry and Glenn Young still battling for that final qualifying position. Robert Wright in the 16 car, a little sideways coming out of the corner as he holds on to that 4th spot. Joe Perry now gets a jump on the inside, to the inside of Robert Wright, 1 lap to go. And we got a tangle in turns 1 and 2. Paul Vanessa getting sideways. Manchester around. The 55 of Dana Willis and the 32 of Bill Goodrow sideways. We got a caution out on the field. Complete. I guess the win's going to go to Jeff Goodrow. I'll get the unofficial word in just a moment on the rest of the field, as it was a tight scramble at the end of that race.
Ooh. In a couple of hours. Right now, Kevin Nab in the 25 from Foster, Rhode Island. He's sponsored by Paul Massey Pontiac and Palmer Spring TJ Home Builders. That's the 25 automobile. He should be on the pole. The Caparco automobile, the 00. Coventry Oil automobile, Coventry Rhode Island automobile, 00 Drew Oil. Mike Cavallaro from Seekonk, the Cisco's Performance car number 87. George Rigo in the AF. We've already seen him. Let's see how they run this time. Kevin Ab and Richie Caparco bring him around with the grade out. Mike Cavallaro dropping back. Dick Perry very quickly taking advantage of that faster outside road. Ooh, that 74 of Dave Blanchard. He gets into a bit of a problem with the 22 of Dias. Dias gets a warning. Caparco moving ahead to take over the lead. Caparco trying to close the door to take over that lead. Kevin Nab says not yet. Kevin Nab refuses to give up the lead. Nab refuses to give up the lead and continues to lead the race around in the 25 automobile. Whoa, look out. The 74, and he's turned around backwards right in front of the 9. Chad Chase had to look for a place to go. And the caution comes out. Caution comes out. Wow, Kevin Nab looks him over in the corner. He says, okay, they come across the line good. And Ron says, no. This time Caparco has got a bit of an edge on Nab, as Nab is now on the outside, Rigo on the inside. Rigo now has that inside row, looking for it. Joey Cirillo in the 5, looks like he wants to get in there too. Tex Barry on the outside. Joey Cirillo on the inside with Dias right behind him. Whoa! Caparco and Rigo at the halfway mark. Caparco and Rigo. Rigo down through. Rigo takes over the lead. Inches by Caparco and leaves a hole for Tex Barry to drive through. Caparco cannot close the door and keep Barry behind him. All right, Rigo has got the lead now. Barry running in second, Caparco is third. Look out, here comes the 5 of Joey Cirillo. Joey Cirillo gets a, oh, Barry a little bit squirrely in that turn. He had to get out of it. Barry had to get out of it in that turn as Cirillo comes up behind him. He comes down to the front of Caparco and tears the front bumper right along with him. Caparco's got a piece of the bumper hanging off. May give him some problems. Cirillo moves into the 3rd spot. Dias is now 4th. The 9 of Chad Chase. Two laps to go for George Rigo. 2 laps to go for Tex Barry in the 18, and 2 laps to go for the 5 of Joey Cirillo. The 22 of Dias and the 9 of Chad Chase. White flag. Down the backstretch, they stay in line. Okay. Coming in is George Rigo, Tex Barry, Joey Cirillo, and the 22 of Dias. A strange thing happened to Richie Caparco as the 5 of Cirillo, as he went by, somehow got the bumper, the white piece, caught on his, and he tore it right off the front of the 00, and now that piece is dragging underneath the 00, and ready to go at the 2nd heat.
Yes, we are. Okay, on the pole in the 2nd of 2 Pro Stock heats. Out of Warwick, Rhode Island, the Colony Truck Center, Carl's East Coast Speed 0 for Dave Sylvia. Starting outside Sylvia in the number 29. Out of Riverside, Rhode Island, in the Ronnie Pond-owned car, Manny Dias. Starting 3rd out of Harrisville, Rhode Island, in the Cat Country 98.1 WCTK, number 56. In the number 37, starting scratch out of North Mass, Mark Labonte, and we're on the way. Dave Sylvia and Manny Dias in the front row. Manny, little loose coming off the corner. Boggles everybody up on the outside. Freddie Estelle Jr. 4th. Mike Willow 3rd, 5th. Ray Lee. Contact, Randy Berg getting sideways out of turn number 2. Mark Labonte looks like he's going to call this one an early race. Don Rodriguez pointing that flag at one of the drivers, letting him know he's not going to tolerate any bumping from within. Mike Bola moves underneath Manny Dias, sets his sights on Dave Sylvia for the lead. Ray Lee right behind him underneath Freddie Estelle Jr. with Jimmy Kuhn right in tow. A little bit of bump attack going on up front. Dias and Freddie Estelle also getting into the game. Dave Sylvia out front with the fine run. Mike Brawler shoots underneath as Jeff Thompson gets sideways up at turn number 4. He gathers it up, no caution is present. Don Rodriguez shows him the halfway point.
I don't know why we did that.
We got 8 laps down, 7 laps to go. There's 15 lap heat. Dave Sylvia still out front. Mike Brawler 2nd. Ray Lee currently runs 3rd. 4th, Jimmy Kuhn Jr. And Freddie Estelle running on the top 5. Bobby Tripp working his way up through traffic very well up into that 6th spot after starting back in 12th spot. Right behind him, Wayne Dion, who started 11th. Manny Dias and Lenny Ellis right behind them. Ray Lee trying the outside. Jimmy Kuhn getting underneath him for that 3rd spot. Thompson sideways again, coming out of turn number 2 at the back of the pack. Not his night for racing as he finished well in the field in that first feature event. A lot of bumper tag going out of the front 6 cars. Coming off at turn 2, coming out of 4. Still Dave Sylvia out front, Mike Bowler 2nd, Jimmy Kuhn 3rd. And Rodriguez shows him 2 laps to go. Bumper tag as Mike Bowler gets underneath Dave Sylvia, coming out of 3 and 4. Bowler's got the line, 1 lap to go. Bowler down at turn number 4 takes the lead. Jimmy Kuhn trying to follow suit on the inside of Dave Sylvia. As we got a side-by-side battle for that 2nd spot, checkered flag is out. Mike Bowler takes the win. Jimmy Kuhn 2nd. Dave Sylvia finishes 3rd. Bobby Tripp moves up.
Of Joey Chitwood's Chevy Thunder Show, the greatest name in pro shows, and it'll be right here for the first time in about 15 years. We're welcoming back the Joey Chitwood Chevy Thunder Show. Be part of it, plus street stock special, Formula 4s, and trucks as spills, chills, and thrills. We're going to open the gates a little after 4 o'clock. We start at 6. Be here tomorrow night. 21 great big events as the Joey Chitwood Chevy Thunder Show returns to the family affair right here at Seekonk Speedway.
Okay, trackside now. We got the first of 2. Street stock car. Gary Wainwright and Ken Spencer get the jump. Green flag is out, underway. Spencer with a good jump on the outside. Lee Parmenter on the inside, trying to take over 2nd. Jose Ferro caught on the outside. Jeff Waterman in the 120, a little contact with the 70 car, puts him a little sideways, gives him enough room to gather it up.
49.
The 49 of Dave Westgate sideways into 3 and 4 as he falters way in the back of the pack. Jeff Waterman now up to 3rd spot to the outside of Parmenter for that 4th. David Furtado right there with him, trying to work his way through the field. The 71 of Jerry DeGasperi Jr. as he moves up into the 5th spot. Ken Spencer with a comfortable lead on the field. We got 2 and 3 wide throughout the field. Mike Hope now to the inside of Gary Wainwright. That car having a little bit of problems. Jeff Waterman to the outside of Parmenter for that 2nd spot. David Furtado all over him trying to get by also. Jerry DeGasperi, first spot out of a qualifying position. Rodriguez gives him the halfway signal. Ken Spencer on front. Ken is your points leader so far with a comfortable lead over Mike Camara, who sits in 2nd, a 66-point lead. David Furtado sideways down the back straightaway, catches up with Jerry DeGasperi and the 45 of Leonard McQuaid. All 3 cars pull away. Tough break. David Furtado is from bumper hanging on the track. Mark Cooney with the black flag in his hand as he's waving it to the 25 of David Furtado. Unfortunate break for him as he was running 4th in this consolation event. Gives Jerry DeGasperi a qualifying position into the feature. Al Rodriguez tells him 2 laps to go. Kenny Spencer out front. Jeff Waterman hunts him down. 3rd, Lee Parmenter. 4th, Jerry DeGasperi Jr. Al Rodriguez, he's got the white flag in his hand. 1 lap to go for Spencer. Parmenter sideways coming off of turn 4. He gathers it back up and he's up. Coming into 3, Kenny Spencer, your points leader in the Street Stock Division coming down for the win in the first of two Street Stock Consolation events. Ken Spencer takes the win. Second was Jeff Waterman in the 120. Third, the 70 of Lee Parmenter. Fourth. Coming out on the track now is the second of two Street Stock events. And these gentlemen are gearing up for tomorrow's special Street Stock race brought to you by Winds Extend. Okay, starting on the pole, last week's Street Stock winner out of Berkeley, Mass. In the Z Carmen Landscaping, Ron's Auto Body, number 40, Arma C. Hammond. And outside of him, in the number 91 out of Norton, Mass., the Flint's Pest Control, Precision Auto Body Automobile for Chris Robbins. Starting third out of Attleboro, Mass., in the number 96, the Yellow and Purple Machine for Sparky Arsenal, and outside of him, the Donald's Meat Pies, Body Talk Auto Design, number 110 for Kevin Folan. Chris Robbins, bring him down. Green flag is out, we're underway. Arma C. Harmon with a good jump on the first one start. Sparky Arsenal jumped into second. Sparky Arsenal. Chris Robbins falters a little bit. Kevin Folan moves up to third. Jim Sylvia in the 116 on the inside, trying to get up into fourth. Matt Dewey, a former Street Stock champion here, moves up into that fifth spot. I'm sorry, sixth, trying to move up into that fifth spot. Robbins sideways out of form, gathers it back up. Matt Dewey on the inside of the 116, Jim Sylvia for that fourth and final qualifying spot. Side-by-side battle coming out of turn number 4. And it's a tie at the start, finish line. Arma C. Harmon still up front. Sparky Arsenal second. Kevin Folan third. Matt Dewey up to fourth. We have 5 laps down, 5 laps to go. Arma C. Harmon, one of 2 multiple feature winners this year in the Street Stock division. The other being Jeff Waterman in the 120, who finished second in his consolation event. Matt Dewey now takes over the third spot from Kevin Folan as he moves under the inside. Folan staying right with him. Chris Robbins still loose off the corner. The 6 of Steve Blaze moves up to the 6th spot, now sets his sights on Jim Sylvia as he started way back in 11th spot. 2 laps to go for Arma C. Harmon. White flag is out, 1 lap to go. Arma C. Harmon, Sparky Arsenal, Matt Dewey, Kevin Folan, your top 4. Jim Sylvia and Stephen Blaze battling for that 5th spot. Chris Robbins calls it an early night as he takes his car pit side. Checkered flag is out. Arma C. Harmon takes the win. Sparky Arsenal second. Matt Dewey third. Kevin Folan holding up before. Jim Sylvia with a good run off the corner finishes 5th. Stephen Blaze falters off of turn number 4 and finishes 6th. Those are your top.
So stop by and take a look at it. Right down below us here is part of the tower.
Okay, that's only one of a few things the track does have for the 50th anniversary special at Seekonk Speedway. Also available, well, not yet available, should be within the next week or 2. Down at your novelty stand, it's a 56 Ford race car on the back of a 50 Ford pickup flatbed. It is an absolute gorgeous piece. It's a limited edition run. I believe they're only doing 1,200 pieces. It's being done by First Gear, so you do know it is a quality piece.
It looks like we are going to have a consolation event that's going to be really something as they come out of the turn looking for the green. And there it is! The 29 of Richard Wishart has not been going as well. Richard Wishart has not been going, and the 43 kind of pushed him through. And he went through all right, but he went around sideways. Let's see if he can keep it going. Can he get it started again? He stalled it right on the turn. He stalls it right on the turn as the 89 of Ronnie Reed. He's looking for a way around. Ronnie's had all kinds of handling problems tonight. That's a very... Remember, they can't start until right there. Steve Taylor is a very, very good green flag taker as he is once again proved he's faster. Billy Goodrow in the 32 couldn't keep up to him, nor could Ken Kohler. They pulled him down the main straightaway. Whoa, you can see the 55 coming off the turn. The 55 was in a long, long sweeping skid, and he just never did get it back under control. Dana Willis never did get it back under control. I wonder if he's tired from having to chase his wife. His hat must have been going 100,000 beats a second for a little bit there.
I guess we'd have to give that the slick move of the race award, huh?
Give him some of my pills award. Look out. 96 is trying to hook into the back of Ronald Reed and give him a bad time. Ron's having enough trouble himself getting around the track without having somebody else help him around, as that 989 is a little loose in the rear end. Steve Taylor has the lead. What are we qualifying? 6. First 6 across the line to qualify for the 50 lapper.
And right now that would be Steve Ribby in the number 18 car. You had 6th car on the track. But Doug Morrow, he's trying to move his way up as he started deep in the pack, actually 14th, as he started scratch, moving up very nicely through the field.
Paul Vaness in that 9 car, he wants to get up there to qualify as well. In fact, everybody wants a piece of the action. They're going in deep into the turns. And look out as we get around sideways with Leroy Hudson and the 57 of Dean Petty. Petty is stuck on the racetrack as Leroy Hudson continues to keep going. Hudson continues to keep going in the 0-2.
Looks like he's going to take that car pit side. Tough break for Dean Petty Jr.
We're going with the green. What's his names? His name's under here. I don't know what year they are. As Steve Taylor, remember, 6 to qualify. Steve Taylor brings him across. Billy Goodrow holding on that second spot. Ken Kohler Jr. is in 3rd. The 18 gets tapped. Steve Ribby gets tapped by the 96. Manages to hang on in there. As that number 9 car, Paul Vanessa, had the 2 laps to go. 2 laps to go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The race for 6. Look at the 4-way race for that last qualifying spot. 4-way race for 6, and the 56 was into the wall hard. The 55 of Dana Willis hits the wall hard. Dana Willis hitting that wall hard. He drops his screen down, so he is okay. He drops his screen down to let everybody know he's okay. But he went into that wall pretty hard. He is not happy. In Boston.
Yeah, she'll be back.
Looking for the green. We're getting ready to go. Remember, only 6 to qualify. Oh, the 53 does not get going. The 53 misses a shift. I'll bet he is furious. The 53 misses a shift and he loses out. He's got to get up there. He's still in a qualifying spot, but he's got to get control of himself as well as his car. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The race is between the 95 and the 19. We got a half a lap to go. What's going to happen? Coming out. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And on to call the 6. I've got to wait on that one for the 6 because it could be the 53 didn't qualify. Martin in an untried motor in that automobile. We'll be watching the 94 because of course Rick has never been. They put everything back together. What's going to happen? Look for the green. Green is out and Channing takes the lead. Channing with Randy Burr in the second spot. Whoa! The 56 way out wide down the backstretch. Jimmy Whitehead got way out there. Channing has the lead. Randy Burr is second. 00 Rich Capaco. Holding down that third spot. There's that 29 of Andy Dias. A lot of traffic up there for those last qualifying positions. Here's the 23 again, bringing him around and through. There's the 29 of Dias trying to find a spot to slide that thing in. Looks like Martin's got the 94 running in very, very good shape. Looks like they did very nice job. Rick Martin sitting in 8th spot with that untried motor. Martin close to the outside of Cavallaro. Can't get by, drives the inside. Your leader is Steve Channing with Randy Burr running in the second spot. Got 29 of Andy Dias trying to get around Capaco. With the halfway mark coming up, Steve Channing so far has a certain qualifying position as in Burr. Everything else is up for grabs. Capaco is holding off that 74 of Dave Blanchard. Capaco holding back the 74 and the 29 of Dias. 29 of Dias backs down a little bit. The 25 automobile, Kevin Nab, in there as that qualifying position gets tighter and tighter. Working harder and harder to qualify this automobile. Steve Channing and Randy Burr. With Capaco, Blanchard, Andy Dias, and Kevin Nab. That's the way they look for the first 6. Two more to go. If anybody in the back is going to make a move, they've got 2 laps to do it. And they've got a large space to make up. And Radical Rick, despite a new motor change out in the pits, is sitting back there in 8th spot. Here comes your finish with Steve Channing, Randy Burr, Rich Capaco, Blanchard, Andy Dias, and Kevin Nab, your last qualifiers, with the 87.
Oh, hi.
Number 23, how are you?
Who do you want?
Number 23, did I choose one?
Yes. You're welcome.
And the green is out, and they are been tearing off. I'm not going to say that. And away we go with that Goosebrook Garage Turk gun-bait colored automobile. Turk is getting challenged right now by Jeff Carter in the 3. And look out right on the outside goes Billy Clark. Billy Clark with many, many years racing here at Seekonk Speedway. He's being challenged by Ray Soulier, as Ray Soulier has got that 24 Rainbow Special. So that it gets around. These cars are getting, trucks are getting around like they're on rails tonight. They're getting closer and closer. That Shady Tree Auto Sales Race Flair automobile has now moved into 2nd spot. Billy Clark is in the lead. Ray Soulier is in 2nd. Kirk Gunby is third at the halfway mark. Look out, here comes Jeff Carter to try to do something. Jeff gets up there. Sunrise, George Iron, home improvement. And Sodieris to the outside. Sodieris to the outside with 2 to go. Sodieris, oh, look at the smoke. Look at the smoke come off that wheel. It's pushing a little harder than they should have. So yeah, tries to get around the outside. No, no, that's coming out the exhaust. Billy's got a motor that may be going to lunch. Billy Clark's got a motor that may be going to lunch. These 4-cylinder automobiles. As Billy Clark bringing it around with white flag coming out. Billy Clark brings the sponsored automobile. Gray Sodier wants it down. Oh, Gray gets a little thank you ma'am down the back. Billy's had that before. Billy's had that before many, many times. To the outside goes Sodier. Billy's smoking heavy, but he is managing to get it across the line. Ray Sodier in second. Kirk Gunby is third, and the 3-car of Jeff Carter finishing.
Should be with the sportsman. Yes.
They have a street feature now?
Yep. And then it's going to be the sportsman feature. There's been a change in the
In the weather. There'll be a change in the weather.
Tom, the sportsman feature is going to be run last now. The pros feature is going to be run before that.
Mark Shanks.
Mark Shanks.
Is anyone down there? We have new.
What are you doing, Rick?
Did Billy Clark win again? Starting 11th out of Edgartown, Massachusetts, in the number 24, sponsor wanted automobile, Chris McGee. And outside of Chris, out of Warwick, Rhode Island, also looking for a sponsor, the 00, Gene Weston. Starting 13th out of New Bedford, Massachusetts, in the number 23, Bruce Rigo. And outside of Bruce, out of Tiverton, Rhode Island, the Williston's Auto Electric, T.L. Holland Real Estate Jr.'s Auto Supply, number 21, for Bobby Betancourt Jr. Starting 15th, Matt Dewey, I'm sorry. 25th out of Protector Records, Jerry Egan Sperry Jr. and Kevin Ford starts scratch. Green flag is out, underway. Sean Sylvia takes out the lead on the start. Rob Doobie falling back to the third spot. Jason Sinesha runs in second. The 30 car. Robert Demir a little sideways through the straightaway. Running fourth right now, the 65 of Ronald Loro. Fifth, the 53 is Scott Simoninski. Rob Doobie a little sideways through 3 and 4 with a little help from the 65 Ron Loro. As Kevin Foley in turn number 3 has lost the left front wheel.
Take a look at your screen as this car passes turn 3.
Tough break for him.
110, yep, we just got a quick shot of it.
In the Body Talk Auto number 110. Kevin Foley not having the best of luck this season. Backed the car into the turn 2 wall a few weeks ago. And tonight still not having the best of luck.
Looks like the front wheels just came off.
Very unusual thing.
Good break for Sean Sylvia on the start. He does have one feature win so far this year.
Quite a bit as the track further.
Chucky looking him over. Green flag is out. We're underway. Sinersha with a good jump off the corner. On the outside, gets a good jump. Side by side going into the corner. Ronaloro moves up into that third spot. Scott Sinersha gets the fourth. Rob Doobie drops back to fifth in one lap. Three-wide racing back in the pack as Pete Roeder, the 1 car,
26 man.
gets together the 26. Jim Lawrence with a hard hit from behind from Ken Spencer in the 63.
Yes, in turn 2. Bringing us under our second caution.
Unfortunate incident.
Very close call. One of the cars.
The 26 car, Pedro Fernandez, the fourth, getting hit hard in the rear. Jason on the front row. Green flag is out. We're back on. about taking this automobile pit side. And they're going to take a look at that and get that ready for tomorrow. Back out front, John Sylvia still out front. Jason Tenertia running second. Ronald Lauro and Scott Sereninsky battling for that third spot. Scott Sereninsky's got one win on the year. He's right. He gets underneath him going into turn number 3 as he's got the spot. Al Clements Jr. in the number 72 car started 6th. He's up to 5th. And on the outside of him, the number 7 car, Tonio. Someday I'll learn how to say his last name.
We apologize.
Tony Allen, I'm sorry, that's the 41 car. Pete Rhoda on the outside of Ronald LaRoe. Trying to make his way. Cross flags, we got 10 laps to go, 10 laps to go. And we got a bunch of water in turn number 1. Water on the track. A bunch of water on the track is the 70 car of Lee Parmenter. It looks like he might have blown a radiator hose or something, as there is a bunch of liquid down in turn number 1 and 2. LaRue on right your second row. Green flag is out. We're back underway. Jason Tenertia with a real good jump that time. Sean Sylvia on the inside trying to hold up that outside by just a bit slick from that speedy drive. That was laid down from the 70 car. Halfway, 10 laps down, 10 laps to go. We got a new leader. Racing Jason Tenertia out front. And that Providence Automotive 06. Sean Sylvia drops back to second. D-Rotor up to 4th on the outside. Car's bumping and banging. We got a car hard into the wall on the back straightaway. Looks like Russ Bryant, the 08. Albert Clements spins into the infield. Heavy damage to the outside of the 1 car.
08. Once again, you see steam coming out of the front.
I'm trying to see if the screen is down.
Mark, we got a bit of debris going up into 1.
I believe he's okay.
Now Rodriguez looks him over. Green flag is out. We're underway. Tenertia with a good jump off the start. 53. Scott Sereninsky jumps into 2nd. Sean Sylvia drops back to 3rd. Good battle for 4th between the 23 of Bruce Rigo and the 41 of Pete Rhoda.
Thanks for rejoining us, ladies and gentlemen. We're back in the
Trying to make his way through the pack, the 120 of Jeff Waterman started back in 21st spot after having to qualify through the consolation event. Still deep in traffic. Sereninsky sideways off the corner. Going after the 06 of racing, Jason Tenertia. Pete Rhoda now on the outside of the 33. Sean Sylvia trying to take away that 3rd spot.
Jason Tenertia,
Sereninsky doing everything he can to get by Tenertia. Tenertia holding up very well. 63, Ken Spencer dropping back in the field. Ronald LaRue sideways off of turn 4 allows Jeff Waterman to get to the outside. Matt Dewey to the inside, 3 wide as the 1 car. Rob Rotundo, I'm sorry, Lou Rotundo, in the middle.
He just carried water out towards 6th. Look at that.
Contact on the back straightaway into the wall. Ronald LaRue and Jeff Waterman. Also involved at 26 of Peter Fernandez, the 4th.
Back straight, a real rugged mess. Bringing us under our 5th caution. Tough break indeed.
Miss Auburn.
Very difficult even making out the numbers on those automobiles. As you can see, the white car completely torn away. Driver's side.
Tough. Jason Tenertia trying to get a jump out. Rodriguez doesn't like it. We're going to go back to caution.
Along with Tom Ray. This is
Rodriguez looks him over. Green flag is out. We're underway. Roland Wheeler with a good jump out of front. 2nd, Scott Sereninsky in the 53. Pete Rhoda running 3rd, trying to get a nose under Sereninsky. Backs off. Doesn't have the room. For one of Lou Rotundo, a little bit of sparks coming underneath that automobile.
that inside groove, and Tenertia gets a little loose. That 53 car, Scott Sereninsky taking advantage of it.
Chernetsky doing everything he can to try to get underneath Pete Road, and now look to the outside. Jim Shorts over here, the 33, dropping back just a bit. Bruce Rigo gets by. Matt Dewey on the inside gets by. Also the 24, Chris McGee gets by. 2 laps to go. Also with the Roland Wheeler, the 06, Scott Chernetsky second. Pete Roder trying to do everything he can on the outside. Trying to get by. Chris McGee trying to the inside. White flag is over. 1 lap to go. Coming down the back straightaway, Chris McGee into third. The 02 of Matt Dewey spins out of turn number 2. Gathers it up and he's back underway. Coming out of 4 for the check-in. Roland Wheeler takes the win. Second, it looks like it was. That was close. It looks like Scott Cierendinsky at second, Chris McGee for third, Roland Wheeler fourth, and the 23 of Bruce Rigo rounding out the top 5.
The 06 car as he makes his victory lap.
Should check with the pits to make sure that's right.
And we're getting word now that it's Roland Wheeler in the 06 driving Jason Synergia's automobile.
Just racing Jason. Racing Jason is a racing car.
We'll try to confirm this as the 06 driver is Roland Wheeler.
Who's driving the 06?
That's unofficial.
Thank you.
Confirmation. You can see the 23 car get in the water on that back straight. Here comes the replay of CBI Sports coverage. Looking for the big finish. Well, we know it's the 06 car, Tom. That's about as far as we can get right now. And a close call for second place there.
Unfortunately, this is a NASCAR. As soon as the driver changes this, the car probably would have been this stuff happens with street stocks all the time.
For this Pro Stock feature event.
Well, it also helps with engine with Dick Houlihan and Rick Martin. They both have the same engine builder, which is precision engines. So a little bit of camaraderie between those 2 gentlemen.
And that camaraderie, whatever you want to call it, stops the minute that green flag comes out, as it's every man for himself. They've had a long night of racing to get there. The green flag is out and we're racing. Dave Sylvia grabs a great big piece of that lead and holds on. As side by each, down the back, into the turn. We are racing. Dave Sylvia and George Rigo, neither one giving an inch. Mike Waller, a couple of times giving Dave Sylvia just a bit of help through the turns. Rigo closes the door. Rayleigh on the outside now. Rayleigh on the outside, moves to the outside of Sylvia.
We got 3 wide action going down the back stretch. Wayne Dion, Jazz Chase, and I believe that's the 18. That's a 5 of Joey Cirillo. And Cirillo drops a couple of spots in just 1 lap.
Rigo has it, trying to stretch it out. Everybody's lining up. Looking for waiting in front. Rayleigh, a little bit loose going through the turn. That 33 just a bit loose going into the turn in that outside row. Good spell problems for Rayleigh. Ray not making the speed he was as he's starting to fall back a bit. And Joey Cirillo moves back in. Dave Sylvia, moves back in the 0. George Rigo stretching it out as far as he can now.
Rick Martin making his way through the back, from the back. He's already passed 6 cars. He's on his way to the front.
Rayleigh obviously having problems. Now the 0 to the outside. There's 3 in the turn. 3 in the turn. Look at this. There's Buddy Ellis. Ellis sneaks up underneath, then takes over 5th. Buddy Ellis coming from nowhere, gets up underneath, and takes over. Now he's in 4th. And who's spinning out?
Rick Martin. That looks like Rick Martin on the back straightaway.
He gets it going again.
got 3 wide through the corner. Dave Sylvia on the outside not getting the best of that one. Along with Freddie Estrella and Bruce Gomez-Taylor.
Thomas started 15th, and Gomler has been put head under the metal on this one.
Yeah, now to the outside of Jimmy Q, making his way towards the front. Started back in the 13th spot. He's worked his way very well through the traffic. Now to the outside of Jimmy Q for that 5th spot.
It could be Wayne Dion is trying to come up with an extra special birthday present for his wife.
Rich DePaco making 0-0 pit side. They just had it. Who was it? Rich DePaco. I just mentioned it. Wayne Dion now to the outside of Lenny Ellis for that 4th spot. He's moving up well on the outside. Kyle Rodriguez waves a halfway flag. We've gone half the distance with no cautions. Wayne Dion now 4th, George Rigo on front. Mike Fowler has closed the gap. Tony Dias, Junior runs 3rd.
Jimmy Kuhn stays tucked right in behind Lenny Ellis in that 01 automobile. Dion tries the inside, tries the outside. Dion down the inside, no!
Fowler doing anything he can to try to take over that 1st position. He's also trying the inside, trying the outside, looking for the fastest way to the front. Randy Bird to the inside, turn number 4, spins to the infield, but he's out of harm's way, he'll take caution. Bowler with a good run to the outside.
He's 22 is loose. The 22 is loose.
We got a side-by-side battle for the lead. Mike Fowler to the outside and George Rigo trying to be the first rookie to win a race this year. Wayne Dion to the outside of Tony Dias.
Fowler and Rigo continue to battle it out, and the sparks continue to fly. Hard hit on the main straightaway. Fowler and Rigo, hard hit, come together and back out again. This is a rough competition right here.
Side by side across the line. Mike Fowler. Looks like he's got a good jump off the corner. Rigo a little bit sideways. Right at turn number 2, we got a lead change. Mike Fowler out front in the number 6. Customer number 10, Bruce Gomez-Taylor, spinning to the inside at turn number 2. We got 10 laps to go. Rigo going, trying to get that car going. No such luck. Tough break. Wayne Dion to the outside at Tony.
I think the 99 is looking for a birthday present for his wife right now on the outside.
But he just may get it. He's running well enough. Still 11 laps to go. Mike Bowler with a good start. George Rigo, second. Wayne Dion trying to get back down on the inside. Lenny Ellis sticks his nose in. Tony Dias Jr. looking for his second win in the 1995 season. Also right up there, Tex Barry Jr. trying to become the first 3-time winner. Wayne gets his car out to the inside. Tony Dias giving heavy pressure to Mike Bowler in number 10.
Dias is motivating. Dias has got that 22 going. Dias all by himself after the 10.
Lenny Ellis having one of his better runs of the season, 1 and 3rd. Wayne Dion on the inside of George Rigo, trying to get that 4th spot. Rigo's tight on the outside as he's still battling Lenny Ellis for that 3rd spot. Jimmy Kuhn with a fine run up into the 6th spot on the outside. Tex Barry Jr. right behind him, and Steve Channing rounding out the top 8.
There goes Dias to the outside. Dias trying the outside. He tried the inside. Now he's way out beyond the outside. Lenny Ellis keeping that inside row under control. Lenny Ellis sitting in 3rd with 5 to go. 5 laps remain. 5. And it's very tight racing. Everybody has to get out of there. Rigo is in trouble. Rigo is in trouble. Can't get that rear end to hang in there all of a sudden. There goes the 99. There's Houlihan. Houlihan and the 5 get together.
Wayne Dion to the outside of Lenny Ellis trying to get to the front. Mike Fowler holding off Tony Dias Jr. who's running to the outside, trying to get through the front. Dias Jr., who's on the outside of Mike Bowler, looking for his first ever Pro Stock victory. 2 laps to go. We got 2 laps to go for Mike Bowler, and that's Zeke's Custom Auto, number 10. Lenny Ellis with a good run off the turn number 2 to the inside of Tony Dias Jr. for that second spot. Jimmy Kuhn right on the inside of Wayne Dion. White flag is out. We got 1 lap to go. Mike Bowler's got a good run off of turn number 2 into 3 and 4. Looks like he may have it. Coming out of turn number 4. Yes, he does. Mike Bowler with his first ever Pro Stock victory here at Seekonk Speedway on Winds Extend night. And congratulations, Mike Bowler. I'm sure you have one happy dad in the pit area right
There is a point. I do not touch. I do not ever put my hand on the car in the pits.
Well, I see a big round of applause out of 10-1. Folks, let's hear it. Let him hear it. Mike Bowler, as he's one happy individual, his first Pro Stock victory ever, coming here tonight on Winds Extends night here at Seekonk Speedway.
I imagine that probably Mike Thibodeau might just crack a smile with this win.
I think so. I think this is his first win as a car owner also, and what a way to have it here.
You can't usually get any expression out of him, but he might crack a smile on this Zeke's Custom Auto.
I'm sure there's a big smile on the face of Mike Bowler as he crosses out of turn number 4. Folks, let him hear it. His first win in a Pro Stock. 1995 season, a rookie here at Seekonk Speedway. After starting 3rd, finishing 2nd earlier tonight. I guess this has got to be one of his finest nights as a driver.
And you also have to wonder what kind of, a very happy driver. Look at that, that's a great shot.
That's racing inches too, huh?
Mike Bowler in that number 10 car. We believe this is his first feature.
Your engines! Was that great, huh?
That was a good job, Jim.
Did you give me a script?
No.
I'm going downstairs. Be right back up.
How you doing? Man, that was a great Pro Stock, huh?
I guess.
Oh, it was. Hey, how you doing? Rodriguez looks him over. Kenny Colvin, Kenny Bamford, green flag is out. We're underway, but Kenny Colvin stalls on the start. But we are underway. Colvin falls deep into the pack. Joe Perry, Bobby Pelling Jr. also getting caught up. Kenny Bamford running out front.
Joining us, ladies and gentlemen.
Linwood Cohen runs 2nd. 3rd, 13 Richard McRae, Glenn Hahn 4th, and the 4 Ray Alexander runs 5th on to the outside. He goes.
Extended race, if you will. 25 extra laps.
Ray Alexander likes that high groove, takes over 3rd spot out of turn number 2. Richard McRae drops back just a bit. Glenn Lund in that 70 car moves up to 4th on the outside. Alexander now sets his sights on the 14 car of Kenny Bamford. inside of that automobile. Alexander now sets his sights on second, goes to the outside of Linwood Cowan. That guy handles well to the outside. Glenlund stuck to his rear bumper, trying to move forward to the front. Bobby Leclerc in the 42 to the outside of McRae for that 5th spot. He's moving up well. And Sweet Pea Gain in the 3rd, and that 8 car started 7th, moving his way towards the front. Right behind him, Corey Monroe started back in 14th to the inside. Glenn Lyon and the 14, Linwood Cowan, a little bit of contact going into turn number 3. Monroe to the outside again and going into turn number 1. Moving his way to the front very, very nicely. Kenny Bamford looking for his first win ever. Got a comfortable lead over Ray Alexander and Glenn Lyon, but Alexander's closing that gap quick. Moving up quickly also Glenn Lyon. Linwood Cowan back to 4th, Bobby Leclerc up to 5th, Corey Monroe on the outside to 6th.
Leclerc would like to get underneath Cowan. Leclerc would like to get underneath Cowan as the 8 of Ed Gannon. He was flying. Now he's alongside of Monroe. He does not like that. He wants to get away from Monroe, but they can't get through Leclerc and Cowan.
Well, Alexander has caught Kenny Bamford. He's going to be looking to go by him high or low, any way he can get to the front.
Alexander has caught him. Alexander has caught him. For the lead. Down the inside in the back stretch goes Alexander for the lead. Alexander trying to get the inside of Bamford. Coming out of the turn. Alexander has got his foot in it. Bamford fighting him off. Alexander inching ahead. Alexander takes him out of the second turn with the 70 automobile of Glenn Lott trying to get through the same hole, but can't do it.
Bobby Leclerc has moved his way up into 4th, and again in the 3rd, running 5th. Corey Monroe gets stuck to the outside behind Linwood Cowan, drops back to 6th, but takes over on the inside. Alexander still out front, trying to open up that lead. Bamford running 2nd, Lyon 3rd. Again, and that car running very well, started in the 7th position. Now working his way into 4th, trying to get by the 42 of Bobby Leclerc, who started 12th. Right behind him, Corey Monroe, who started 14th. Got 18 laps complete, 32 laps to go. Glenn Lyon trying the inside, the outside of the 15 car. Kenny Bamford can't do it. Ray Alexander opening up a slight lead over Kenny Bamford. I'll tell you one thing, if this race is anything like the Pro Stock race we just witnessed, we've got a lot of action that's going to happen. Lyon to the inside of Bamford out of turn number 4. Guess there's no wonder we got a crash on the back straightaway involving the 40. I'm sorry, the 18 of Steve Ribby and the 12 of they hit that white line. Ray Alexander, Kenny Bamford hit that line. Green flag is out. We're back underway. Alexander with a good jump. Looks like Bamford had some problem on that start. We got contact middle of the back. Tough break for Corey Monroe as he drops a few positions. But Glenn Lyon jumps into 2nd. Ed Gannon in the 3rd into 3rd. And the 42 of Bobby Leclerc runs 4th. Linwood Cowan in that 14 runs 5th. And also the 21 car of Corey Monroe runs 6th. That was a good start, though.
I remember it. It was him. He did it.
Tough break for Kenny Bamford as he vaulted on the start and fell way back. Contact between Linwood Cowan and Corey Monroe. Linwood making that car extra wide and not letting anybody by.
Gannon go by him.
Gannon sitting 3rd, looking all over Glenn Lyon for that 2nd spot. Glenn, Fireball Young moves up into that 6th spot as we got cars spinning out of turn 2. Looks like the 43 car of Kenny Coleman and the 13 of Rich McRae. The yellow flag comes out as McRae cannot get his car started. caution flag does come out.
That car, the car that got into the infield is Ken Kohler Jr. At the end of the
22 laps complete.
Ray Alexander, Glenn Lawton, they get a good jump. Green flag is out. We're on the way. Lawton with it stays with them to the outside. Bobby Leclerc trying to get by Ed Ginn in the third on the outside for that third spot. Glenn Fireball Young moves up into the fifth spot as Linwood Cullen Fault was just a bit coming out of turn number 2. Corey Boudreau trying to get by him. Scott Estrella on the outside trying to make his way to the front. Glenn Young to the inside of Leclerc as Leclerc drops just a bit for that 4th spot. Young looking for his first sportsman victory ever. Scott Estrella now moves past the 21 car of Corey Boudreau, sets his sights on the 14. Halfway, we got 25 laps down, 25 laps to go. Ray Alexander still out front, but plenty of time for the hot hitters to come through the field. Glenn Lawton trying to do anything he can to get by. Corey Boudreau still falling back, but he goes to the outside, trying to get past Kenny Kohler in that 43 automobile.
That front group of cars is rapidly pulling away, and if Boudreau or anybody behind them wants to get into the action, they've got to get out of the trap that they're in. There goes Glenn Young down the inside. There's Gannon has a problem. 99 gets down the inside, and Gannon has a problem.
Gannon a little sideways coming off the corner. He saves it very nicely as Al Rodriguez shows that flag to one of these drivers. Ed Gannon falls back into that 5th spot as Scott Estrella moved up to 6, and right behind him the 43 car, Kenny Kohler Jr. Corey Boudreau trying to make his way back to the front. Glenn Young now sets his sights on the 2 leaders, Ray Alexander and Glenn Lawton, have opened up a 8-car length lead on the rest of the field.
Right now, far and away, the 4 and the 70 are the fastest cars, and they're pulling away in this single file race to the finish. They go Boudreau to the outside, but not without any luck.
Glenn Young is broken away from Bobby Leclerc and Ed Gannon setting his side on Glenn Lawton. It looks like he's catching him just a bit each lap, as we still have about 18 to 20 laps to go. Plenty of time for him to catch him. Catching him's one thing and passing him's another in this division.
Young, who favors a rather wide track, tight in on us, wide coming out, will take advantage of nobody near him to catch up on time right now. Even though it's a further distance, he will pick it up. I hope. Otherwise, he's going to make me a liar. My reputation's at stake. Come on. Oh, 53 into the infield, guys.
Steve Taylor spinning to the infield line into turn number 1, staying out of harm's way. Keeps that car going. He's going to wait for the pack to go by before he comes back out onto the track. Rob Murray and the 7 of Tom Scully battling for position out of the track.
They're trying to get the 32 to move wide. Billy Goodwin, they want to move out of the way so that he will not become a factor as they lap it.
Well, this is something that's supposed to be.
53 is a factor. The 53 is a definite factor. Steve Taylor definitely in the way right now.
Live traffic is definitely one thing these drivers are not used to. As their 25-lap features, there's usually plenty of time to keep everybody in the lead lap. Steven Taylor moving high, letting the leaders go by so they do not get tangled up. Glenn Young has caught the 2 leaders, and he's going to do everything in his power to get by. Glenn Lawton a little sideways out of turn number 4. That car looks like it's getting a little loose in the later stages of this race. Getting Ray Alexander open up a sizable margin. Glenn Young is on his tail out of turn number 4. We got 10 laps to go.
As Glenn Young in that 99 moves in on the 70. Occasionally we see sparks flying out of the 4. And the 4 hits something over on the 3rd turn and throws sparks every time.
Well, that's just a car bottoming out here. That should not cause any problems to the car. Glenn Young trying to do everything he can to get by Glenn Lawton. trying to get to his first ever sportsman victory, but Ray Alexander started to check out on these front two.
89,
As we got a spin on the back straightaway. There's W.E. Cray, number 89, of Ronald Reed is spun. He's coming out of turn number 2. We'll see if he can get that car going before we have to bring a caution out. It looks like he's out of harm's way.
Once again, they move the slow markers to the outside. Hopefully, as they for Ray Alexander starts to lap his way through some heavy traffic. They have a heavy traffic in front of them. 5 laps to go, 5 to go. Reed gets the car out of there, and Alexander is caught in traffic.
But he's still got 5 laps. I don't think that's enough time for one and one for the 99 of Glenn Young to catch him. It's 4 laps to go. Now Rodriguez and Mark Cooney letting them know to step through the high side of the track. Let the leaders go by. And Ray Alexander making good work of the traffic.
He wants to make certain that some of those slower cars don't get tangled up with them at this point in time. Whoa! See what I mean? Very close! Very close, and your leader had a duck under that 16 with 2 to go. Your leader is number 4. Your leader is number 4. 4, 4, 4. Sparks fly.
Going down the back straightaway behind the 96. Robert Parker is going down a lap.
White flag.
We got 1 lap to go. Glenn Lloyd and Glenn Young still in a heated battle for that second spot. Looks like Ray Alexander might have this one all wrapped up because he's got a half a straightaway lead on the second and third place guy. Coming out of turn number 4 sideways, it's the 4 car of Ray Alexander second, the 70s. Glenn Lloyd, Glenn Young finished third. Bobby Leclerc in the number 43. I'm sorry, the 42 finished third.
Division race here at Seekonk Speedway.
Finished fourth.
Eileen Delaney from New Bedford. Eileen Delaney from New Bedford. We have a possession of yours. It'll be downstairs right at the entrance to the tower here. Eileen Delaney of New Bedford. You'll need to know some of your numbers to get it back. Eileen Delaney of New Bedford, we have a possession of yours. You'll need to know some numbers to identify it. So please get over here to the tower. Eileen Delaney, down to the tower right away.
We're trying to get some word from our statisticians here at CBI Sports. Tom, I think this may be...
Wow. What a show, what a show. Ray Alexander comes by, keeping Hollister and Bow Brothers very, very happy to be involved, as well as Jack Otis Trucking, Cisco Performance, Junior's Auto Supply, Winds Extend, Jay Fisher Construction, Gary Snyder Builders, and East Coast Screen Printing, and everybody else that wants to get their name on that beautiful automobile.
Well, I'll tell you one thing, he took the perfect time for that car to overheat, as that car just went up in a bunch of steam on the front straightaway. They're going to need a record to push him up to the scale and back down to victory lane, where he's going to meet Dana Rowe up in victory lane. Congratulations, everybody. Give Ray Alexander a big round of applause.
He'll be over at victory lane, folks.
In no danger of losing the lead.
Well. We made it to another one.